Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Manish Gupta, the founder of National Law Training Institute and currently a student at the National Law School Bangalore. Today, we have a very special guest amongst us. We have Saubhik Mishra, who got a brilliant rank of All India Rank 10 in NLSAT 2025. Saubhik was a student enrolled in NLTI's course for NLSAT preparation. Without wasting much time, Saubhik, over to you. Want to hear more about you, your educational background. From limited interactions I've had with you, is you have been a UPSC aspirant also. So definitely
Yes.
that must have helped you with your NLSAT preparation. So do tell the audience about yourself and where do you come from?
Okay, so I come from Delhi and I have done my undergraduate in history from Kirorimal College, DU. And thereafter, I started preparing for UPSC. For a brief period of time, I was enrolled at Campus Law Center, but then I decided to drop out and solely focus on my UPSC journey. And I have given two mains, but it didn't work out. So I was searching for a plan B, and law was always on the back of my mind. And I had some acquaintance with law. So I decided this opportunity is great. I heard about NLSAT and I decided to take the examination. And yes, fortunately, I've gotten a rank of All India 9, which feels great.
Right. I'm sorry, I think I said all India rank 10. That is a mistake on my part.
Yeah,
You got a single digit
hardly
rank, that
matters.
is even better. Yeah, as long as you're getting
Hardly
NLS,
matters.
I don't think rank matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a brilliant feat to tell your parents, your relatives, and all. Soubhik, so my first question would be how long did you prepare for NLSAT? Because a lot of people who start their NLSAT preparation have this question in mind that when should they start preparing and what is the ideal duration that they should prepare for at the bare minimum?
So I got my mains result in December, UPSC mains result. And thereafter, I started focusing on it. I think I started preparing, I think in January, late January or February. That's when I started, and
Okay.
that's when I joined NLTI. It was sufficient for me because I had a fair share of experience in competitive examinations, so I was a bit confident about it. Of course, this can vary person to person. If you're starting from scratch, then perhaps you'll have to, build a solid foundation and then work on it.
Right. Sobik, what do you think made the most difference in your entire NLSAT preparation? One thing you definitely told me that you had that experience of giving competitive exams. Other than that,
Yes.
is there anything specific that helped you with your preparation?
I think mocks help a lot. So without mocks, you can't think of clearing any examination, any competitive examination. So regular mocks, I think NLTI was very pivotal in providing regular mocks, and even the evaluation was very prompt. So generally, if you know, I had my experience with UPSC, and there the evaluation is pretty slow. So sometimes it takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Here it was very prompt. So I was getting feedback, and based on that feedback, I was able to do course correction. So I think mocks plus the experience that I had.
Right. Sobik, a lot of people say that NLSAT is not about competing with other aspirants, but it is always about competing with time. It is always a race against the time. So, how did you manage your time in the mocks, and did your strategy change when it came to the final exam?
My strategy was pretty much the same, although in the examination, I did falter a bit. So
Okay.
my strategy was simple. I was good with MCQs. So I had planned on devoting less time on part A. I was trying to do it in a jiffy. And I was, I think, devoting around 65 minutes, 65 I think at max 70 minutes to part A. And then because I knew that
Right.
once you start writing, you do lose the sense of time, especially in an examination setting. So I wanted to devote
Right.
more time to part B. So that was my strategy. But in the real examination, it didn't work out because part A was lengthy, and I think because of filling up of the OMR, it ended up taking around 80 to 85 minutes. So
Right.
yeah, it made me a little nervy in part B, and I
Hmm.
think it also reflects a bit in my part B scores. It's not as great as I had hoped it would be. It would be. So yeah,
Talking
that
about
made me.
scores, Sobe, can you tell people here what were your final scores in Part A and Part B?
Part A, I think I got 63.75. Part B, 39.
Right, right. Soubik, so one thing I wanted to ask is did you not practice with OMRs? Because at NLTI, we have definitely been telling people that practice with OMRs. And you told me that OMR was one of the reasons you took extra time in part A. So did you
Yeah.
not practice with OMR? And if not, do you suggest people to actually start preparing and filling up OMRs?
Yes, I think you can do that. But I think in this regard, I got a little overconfident because, like I said, even in UPSC,
Hmm.
you have to fit OMRs. But there, my time management is entirely different. There, you just have to, I mean, in prelims, it's just MCQs. So you don't have to switch from
Right.
MCQs to part B. So you stay in that zone for the entirety of the examination. Here, it was different. I should have, I think I accounted that it would take me around 8 to 9 minutes to fill the OMR. It ended up taking, I think, 12 to 13, 14 minutes. And even 4 or 5 minutes can make a huge difference. And I felt
Right.
the heat
Right.
of it towards the end when I was writing the essay. I could have written a better essay, but
Hmm.
because of this, I did not.
Right. Saubik, you mentioned about the essay and part B. So, what is your advice on how to approach part B? Did you focus or did you prioritize writing more or did you prioritize writing less but with a better quality?
I think writing more always works because in order to do course correction, in order to understand, because
Hmm.
once we see the question, we do have this sense that, okay, I know the answer. But once you start jotting down the points, once you start writing, it is then and there that you feel, okay, I may not be as good as I think in my head. So
Right.
writing always helps. You have to write as much as you can. Even I attempted, I think, all the mocks. I did not send all of them for evaluation, but I made sure that I attempted all the mocks, all the part B answers, and that helped. Otherwise,
Hmm.
I would have faltered big time in part B.
Right. Saubik, so this time the pattern was changed. Instead of six legal questions, we had five questions and with an increased marking of 12. So, how did you manage your time? If you could break down your part B for me, like for each legal question, how much time did you keep? Did you allot? And for essay question, how much time did you keep?
I think I planned on devoting 11 minutes, 11 to 12 minutes for the part B questions, the legal ones. And essay,
Right.
I knew that I would write longish essay. So I knew I would take around 17 minutes, 16 to 17 minutes. And
Right.
like I said, in the examination, it changed. The dynamics, they
Hmm.
changed.
How did
Yeah.
it change?
Because I took more time in part A,
No, no,
then
I
I got,
understand that you took more time. So, how did you change the dynamics? Like, what? How much time did
I
you
had
take
to
in
do,
each question?
yeah, I had to do a little bit of change there, then and there. And so I think I ended up taking around 10 to 11 minutes for each legal question. But again,
Hmm.
essay, I think I could have devoted more time, but I had around 14 to 15 minutes. So I was short of 2 to 3 minutes.
Right. So, Abhik, so just to simplify for all NLSAT 26 aspirants, what you are suggesting is like 70 minutes for part A, broad, and then 80
Yeah.
minutes for part B, and then we can divide 80 minutes like 11, 10 to 11 minutes per legal question, and then 17 to 18, up to 20 minutes per essay question. Correct?
Yes. But I think this would be very personal, and
Hmm.
you have to have a tailor-made approach. Because I was good,
Right.
I thought I was good in part A, and I was taking less time in the mocks. So that was
Hmm.
my strategy. But yes, if you can write faster, of course, go for it. But since
Right.
it's easier to read and arrive at an answer rather than think of an answer. So I thought, okay, part A, I'm going to devote less time. Part B, I'm going to devote more time.
Got it. So, Abhik, how did you deal with GK? I'm sure GS or GK must be your strong suit because you have been preparing for UPSC. But any particular advice that all NLSAT 26 aspirants should follow, or do you think this is indispensable for their NLSAT prep?
I think this could be my bias because of my preparation, but reading the newspaper will always give you good dividend. So read
Right.
the newspaper daily because it will help you build a good habit of reading quickly and then
Hmm.
comprehending longish paragraphs and complicated paragraphs. Even in the examination, there were paragraphs from EPW, which are very reputed sources. So if you have that
Right.
habit, it's going to help you. Even in GK, it's going to help you because
Hmm.
If you read the Indian Express explained part, a lot of the questions you'd find were from there, or at least you could have managed them had you read
Right.
Indian Express. So I was reading Indian Express. Yes, there was this experience with GS, but I think it does
Hmm.
not help a lot. So I won't say people are at a at a disadvantage just because they haven't prepared for any other competitive examination, because the nature is very different. Here you have one liners, they the situation is completely different.
Correct, correct. So, Abhik, what were your other sources for GK? So, one definitely newspaper, but did you refer to other websites like Drishti IAS, Vision IAS, all these UPSC websites?
I was in touch. I was in touch, but I did not religiously follow them. I
Okay,
also followed the compendium that you guys provided. There was a lot of
hmm,
overlap between the newspapers that I was reading and the material that was provided. So it helped me
right,
revise those things. So at
right,
the end, I think I revised all the 10 or 12 compendium, monthly compendium that there was.
hmm, hmm,
And a lot of questions from mock were there. So mocks had a
yeah,
lot of questions. I think I can recall 4 or 5 of them. So
definitely,
that
yeah,
helped. But yeah, GK is going to be an iffy part because even I made 2 blunders. So it's okay. In the examination, yeah, they
hmm,
were very. So even I was like, banging my head. Why did I do it?
right, right. So, Abhik, a very personal question to me. How did NLTI help you with your preparation? Do you think enrolling with us was worth it? And would you suggest NLTI to future NLSAT 26 aspirants?
Yeah, I would definitely suggest people to join NLTI. First of all, it's very pocket friendly. Let me start off there,
Right,
because if you are preparing and if you are a student, I think it helps. I think if it's light on your pocket, it's an easier decision to take. I had my reservations about it, what would be the quality, but once I checked, the quality was spot on. The mocks were very regular, and I think the GK compendium were also very good. And the fact that I loved was you guys were very responsive. So generally, big coachings are not very responsive to people. So even if you have a very
right,
silly question, I could text you, you text me back, and that is the personal touch that everybody needs, because that gives a very sense of security that you need in
right.
preparation. Especially if you're young, if you're preparing, then I think I would highly suggest that you join NLTI. Mocks are great. I think evaluation, like I said, was very prompt, and that personal touch was great.
Right. So, Abhik, so have you made up your mind you'll be joining NLS or some more
It's,
competitive exams are in you till?
maybe in future I'll take a few more examinations, but yeah, I'm not letting go of this opportunity.
Definitely. We are definitely very eager to see you on campus. A lot of your mentors like Hemant will not be on campus because they will be graduating, but definitely I'll be on campus and we look forward to seeing you. Congratulations again, Sobik, for getting this rank. And again, thank you so much for joining us for this brief interview. To all people watching us and who are looking to enroll with us for NLSAT 26 preparation, this is your clue to enroll with us without any doubts. We are literally the best in the market right now. This year also, we have produced more than 7 ranks out of the top 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, and a lot more. More than 50 selections. So big. I'll take this opportunity to tell you that at least
Yeah,
more 50 selections are there from NLTI this year. 50 are those people who have already reached out to us, and I'm hoping and assuming that there are at least 10 to 15 more from NLTI who have made it to NLS. So more than 50% of the batch will be from this NLTI's cohort. So thank you so much, Sobik, for trusting us with your preparation and joining us for this interview. Today is your
thank
day.
you. Anish.
Enjoy, party,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah, thank you so much. I would like I'd like to say at the end that it would have been almost impossible had it not been for NLTI. I think I would haven't
right.
gotten this rank. So a huge shout out to NLTI.
Means a lot to us, Sobik. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Anish.